Now we're going to look at an older style type of headlight, or incandescent style. This is the standard style light bulb that you have in your house. Unlike the halogens, you don't have to be so touchy about actually touching the bulb. You can't burn it out. So we're on our old Buick here, and this one also you have to remove the assembly, but more like a cover than the assembly. So all you're going to need for this job is a Phillips screwdriver. If you come up here and take a look, you'll notice that the chrome package on this is cut right here and right here. This keeps us from having to remove the entire grill. And if you look underneath here, very teeny tiny, there's a little teeny screw right up in there. So we're going to take this guy out here, and there's 4 of these that are exactly the same. They're going to help us remove this light fixture. The second one's over here. We got 2 more hiding way underneath here. Very hard to see in there. I don't know if you can see it in there if I put a light bulb on it. So, okay, so there's 3 and 1 more. And that should be all 4. Then this entire piece comes off, and we can see our incandescent headlamp. Now, okay, so now we've got the chrome piece off, and we're looking just at the headlamp and this chrome ring that goes around the outside. Now you got to be careful when taking this apart, because you want to make sure there are 2 screws here. You've got this larger one and a small one, and the small one is on the chrome ring, and the larger one is used for adjusting the headlamp up or down. So we don't want to mess with the adjustment. We simply want to take out the small screw. And the same goes for this side over here. You notice we have 2 screws on this side. We have the larger screw, which is for adjusting it left to right, and we have a small screw, which is for taking off the ring. So we only want to take off the small screws used for the ring. So I'm going to take those off right now. These screws are very small, so please try not to lose them, because they're becoming harder and harder to find. There's 2. And there's 3. Okay, now our headlight should come off. Like that. And it simply has a pull-out plug in the back that we can just kind of wiggle a little bit, and it comes off. As you can see, this car has been around for quite a while. So if there's 3 prongs on it, okay, it usually means it has 2 filaments in it. You've got a high beam and a low beam built into this headlight. And if you were to pull this headlight over here, you would find out that this one only has a high beam in it. So when the high beams come on, it actually boosts the light in this secondary light. Okay, so to put it back together, we would do this in reverse order. We take our plug, we take our new headlight, put our plug back into the back here, line it up the way it goes. Sometimes it actually works better if you put it in the ring first. And not quite lined up, so there we go. Alright, now we're lined up. The advantages of a magnetic screwdriver. 1, 2, 3. And now we have to put our chrome piece back on. So being careful here, because these, you see how short these screws are, and they go through here. So I'm going to put both of these down here and save them so I get these long screws back in on the top first. So line this back up. Pull the screws back a little bit. Okay, so there, that piece is back in line. I'm then going to take my long screw, and you can actually look. You can see what I'm looking at up here. You can see where this long screw lines up and goes back into the hole here. So So I'm going to tighten that one up to kind of hold it in place. Remember, don't completely tighten it. Then we're going to get the second one. And then we're going to try to get these little guys here back into place, which might mean getting a flashlight so we can see under here. Readjust that. There's one. And two. Now that I've got them all started, I'm going to go back and I'm going to tighten them all up. That's how you change an incandescent headlamp. Alright, let's take a look at one more type of incandescent headlamp. So on this Geo Metro now, it has the old style, even though it's a modern car, it has an older style headlamp in it. And to get to this one, you also have to remove the entire headlamp assembly. So this one really only has 2 screws to undo this assembly. So we're going to take this one out here. There's one. And then we're going to take this one out up here. And really, this one doesn't have to be removed entirely because, as you'll see, it actually has a slip on the back to help align it. Now, this isn't coming right off, but what I happen to know about this car is that it's got 2 little plastic clips on this side that hold it in. So with a little bit of a pull, like so, you can pull this out and you see there's a plastic clip here that plugs into that hole there to hold it in place. And you also have another one down here that goes underneath. So, setting this piece aside, we can then look down here and see the chrome ring that holds on the headlamp. You notice we have an adjustment screw right in the middle on the top, so we don't want to play with that. So we're going to take out these ones. Once again, these screws are very small, so try not to lose them. And this one just wants to kind of fall down, so I can take that out like that. And once again on the back, we've got a plug that is simply a slip. We pull it out, and there it is. So you go find your new headlamp, bring back your new headlight, plug this back in, reassemble it into the chrome ring, the way it goes. Important to make sure you get it all the way back into this place. Take your screws. Oops, dropped one. One, and there's two. There really are 2 more down here on the bottom, but the headlight was just coming out anyway, so I removed it that way. So that's back in where it belongs. It's plugged in correctly in the back. Now we simply take this piece, being sure to line up this prong here and this prong here so that they slide back in correctly. Snaps right into place like that. Then we simply replace our 2 screws. And that's it.